A quick word before we start. This is filing support, not legal advice. Ejaries.a is a private service. It is not a government website, and it is not affiliated with the Dubai Land Department or with RERA. You can always register your Ejaries yourself through the Dubai REST app or at a trustee center. The official fee on the app is 177 dirhams and 50 fils. Our service fee is 299 dirhams plus VAT. The certificate is always issued by RERA. We prepare and check your file and follow it through. We do not issue the certificate, and we cannot guarantee an approval or a timing. This caller is different from the last two. They did not refuse the app. They did not want a link for someone else. They tried properly. They sat down, meant to finish it, and expected to. They opened the Dubai REST app, they had their documents ready, and somewhere in the middle it stopped. The upload was rejected, or the file was the wrong format, or the session timed out and wiped what they had entered, or the login would not verify and they were locked in a loop, entering the same details into the same box and getting the same silence back. And after one failure like that, something changes in a person. They stop wanting to master the system. They just want someone to finish it. The curiosity is gone. What is left is the deadline and the irritation. Why clean cases still fail? Here is the important part. Their Ejaries case is usually fine. There is nothing wrong with the tenancy. The documents exist. The person is entitled to register. On paper, this is a case that should sail through. What failed was the execution, not the case. A photo that was too large, a PDF the uploader did not like, a scan that was slightly cut off at the edge, a timeout on a slow connection in a lift or a basement, a verification step that chose that moment not to work. These are not deep legal problems. They are the small, maddening failures of doing an official task alone, on a phone, with no one to ask what just went wrong. There is no counter to lean over. There is only a red message and a person quietly losing their evening. And the cruel part is that the app cannot tell you which of those it was. It rarely says your photo is 9 megabytes. Shrink it. It just refuses and leaves you to guess what we do that the app cannot. When the app rejects your file, it does not sit down with you and explain why. It shows a message and stops. It has no interest in your evening. We do the opposite. You tell us where it's stuck. We look at what you were trying to upload. We fix the file. We correct the format. We prepare it the way the system expects, and we submit it properly. You are not learning the system anymore. You are handing the stuck case to someone who does this all day, who has seen this exact refusal 100 times, and who knows on site whether it was the size, the format, or the crop. And because your case was clean to begin with, this is often quick. The problem was never big. It just needed the right hands and a person who was not, by that point, too frustrated to think straight. Why this caller matters. Let's be honest about the moment. The person who has already tried and failed is not price shopping. They have felt the cost of doing it alone. They lost an evening. They may have a deadline breathing on them. They have already paid in time and temper more than our fee is worth. What they want now is simply for it to be over. So we do not make them start again. We do not ask them to re-explain the whole tenancy from the beginning. We take it from where it broke and we carry it the rest of the way. What actually helps us fix it fast? If you do come to us after a failure, the single most useful thing you can do is tell us where it broke. Not in technical detail, just plainly. It rejected my photo. It timed out at the last step. It would not accept my login. It kept asking for a document I had already uploaded. That one sentence often tells us exactly what went wrong, because these failures repeat. The same handful of things trip people up over and over, and we have seen each of them more times than we can count. Then send us the file the way it is, even if you think it is the problem. We would rather see the oversized photo and shrink it ourselves than have you guess at what the app wanted and get it wrong a second time. You have done enough guessing. From here, the guessing is our job. The honest comparison. We will still tell you the truth, even here. The app is 177 dirhams and 50 fils, and for most people, on most days, it works on the first try. Our fee is 299 dirhams plus VAT. If your failure was a one-off, a bad connection, a moment of bad luck, a single oversized photo, you are welcome to try the app, again for free. Sometimes that is genuinely the right answer, and we will say so plainly rather than take a fee you did not need to pay. But if you have tried twice and you are done, that is exactly the moment we exist for, not because the app is bad, because you are finished fighting it, and that is allowed. There is no prize for suffering through it a third time. And the usual boundary. We prepare and file the case. RERA issues the certificate. A clean case that failed on upload is not us promising an outcome. It is us removing the thing that jammed and putting a correct file into the system on your behalf. Next time, we go to the single most common reason self-service stalls before it even begins, the login. Specifically, the person for whom UAE pass simply will not work. This was the Ejari desk. I'm Stephen.